Hey everyone, it's Dusty Gogo. Welcome back to my headcanon. Today we are going to be speculating about Pokemon Legends Arceus. What is this game based on? What should we expect? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Get comfortable, we're going to jump right into this. It actually looks like a lot of you are not subscribed. If you found this video, consider subscribing. We just passed 1,000 subscribers. This is the #1 place for Pokemon rumors, speculation, and celebration. All right, we got like 20 minutes of cooking zucchini bread right now, so we gotta be efficient. A couple days ago, Key Inevitable posted this on Reddit. Key Inevitable provides a lot of historical context for what we're going to see in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And then later in the video, we can discuss some of their expectations as far as what mechanics they want to see and what kind of Pokemon that they expect to be in these games. At that point, I'll give my 2 cents, and you can also give some of your feedback down in the comments. Okay, some pretty serious Pokemon Legends Arceus speculations. Let's talk a little bit about Legends Arceus, since I'm seeing too much confusion in the fandom. Sorry for my bad English in advance. I'm not a leaker, I'm not an insider. This is a pretty serious and too long investigation. So there's no funny business. This is not a leak. This is someone's informed opinion. So the first bullet is contextualization of the game. Japan was a country closed to outsiders until circa 200 years ago when the Meiji era started. Because of that, it was too behind in technology compared to other countries. While in the Industrial Revolution was taking place in the UK, Japan was growing at a different rate than a lot of other developed parts of the world. During this era, Japan opened to the world and was influenced by Western culture and making the country jump into the Industrial Revolution directly. That's why we can see streetlights and contemporary Western aesthetic combined with the medieval modern Japanese elements. This is like a really unique period of history that is gonna make for some really cool gameplay, I think. They have a note here, with that said, please stop saying ancient Sinnoh, medieval Sinnoh, ninja attires, and similar things. That just sounds like ignorant weeb ideas. This happened like 200 years ago in our world. And also stop making claims that every single Japanese looking Pokemon being in Pokemon Legends Arceus. That's another pretty wrong idea. Hoenn, Kanto, and Johto were also based on Japan regions. Basing everything you know about a foreign culture on the Western idea you have about it is kind of disrespectful. Yeah, this is, I need some coffee or something here to sip. The original native inhabitants of Japan were the so-called Jomon people, who diversified in many ethnic groups like the Ainu people from Hokkaido. They called the region Ezo instead of Hokkaido, the same way Sinnoh natives called it Hisui. Hisui means arcane, maybe related to Arceus. That's kind of interesting. That's pretty cool. And then I'm also thinking, obviously, Arcanine, right? In the key art map of Hisui, we can see 2 major groups resembling Ainu people, those wearing attires inspired by Dialga and Palkia. That's really cool. They have some photos here. I'll show those on screen. The modernization of Japan took place from the south to the north. That's why Hisui looks more like a wild, natural region. So the Galaxy Expedition teams are more likely to be only colonizers or outsider researchers than Hisuian people mixed with outsiders. Now we can move on to some of the assumptions about the map. There's going to be 5 main wild areas in the game. I'm still really curious if any of these clouds surrounding the region, are hiding anything. Maybe there's some islands that we can go to where you can encounter legendary creatures. It seems like there are 6 distinct geographical areas. Each of these areas, supposedly wild areas, are going to have unique habitats, including unique Pokemon, new experiences. Maybe each of these wild areas require a specific HM to access. So that's some great information there. Let's hop right into speculation. Key writes, now I'm gonna leave my theories and speculations about the game, mainly about new Pokemon forms. This is why you all clicked. Alternate forms for the Pokemon Legends Arceus starters are possible. From a commercial point of view, giving new forms to the starters make them more emblematic or memorable. I totally agree, right? Because right now we're referring to these starters as starters from other regions. For these Pokemon to feel like they belong in the Hisui region, they need to have their own forms. That way we can say the Hisui starters. They brought from different regions, so Hisui forms would have no sense, but we don't need them to adapt. They can evolve from any environmental factor like Leafeon, Glaceon, Probopass, or Magnezone. Yes, this is what I've been telling you guys in the comments. I've been getting a lot of comments. People say, this doesn't make sense. Why would they evolve? They didn't grow here over time. Pokemon evolution is spontaneous, right? You give a Thunderstone to an Eevee and it evolves. You bring any Eevee from any region, you bring it to Kanto or any region, and you give it a Thunderstone and it evolves. There's no reason why The Hisui starters can't do the same thing. They don't need to exist in the region for a long period of time. My point of view is that the Hisui starters, them being foreign, makes more sense. It makes more sense for the Hisui starters to evolve in Hisui because they're foreign, right? You take a Pokemon that doesn't exist, you bring it to the region, it could be anything. Anything in the region could trigger an evolution, and I think that's gonna happen. Also, we didn't see any of the second or third stage evolutions of the starters and trailers, key art or screenshots. Yeah, I said this in my last video. We haven't seen any of them. We haven't seen Quilava, we haven't seen Duat. I got my eyes out for Duat, and we haven't seen Duat yet. Key Inevitable writes, I don't think we are gonna get any new form for Sinnoh native species. Also, we have already seen most of the original Sinnoh decks in the trailers so far, and I think this makes sense for what I was just saying about the starters. Sinnoh Pokemon, Hisui Pokemon, they live in that region. Any sort of form or evolution that they're gonna take would have already happened, meaning we would have already seen them in the Sinnoh games. It's the foreign Pokemon that are brought to this region. Those Pokemon are gonna evolve. Also consider that Sinnoh's original appeal, at least for me, was that Pokemon from generations 1 through 3 got new evolutions. We're talking about Yanmega, Electivire, Magmortar, Weavile, right? These Pokemon from existing regions got new forms. I think it makes sense and would be very significant for another Sinnoh Hisui game to also take Pokemon from generations 5, 6, 7, and 8. When those Pokemon are in Hisui, to then evolve and adapt to this extreme region. I mean, it already has happened. I think there's gonna be more Pokemon with this treatment. You guys want a Porygon form because of the fan art boom, but it's not likely. Anyway, they can make Porygon available in Pokemon Legends Arceus just using time traveling shenanigans as an excuse. My zucchini bread is ready. Give me 1 second. Okay. We're talking about Porygon. Yes, I love Porygon. I would want a new Porygon form. It feels like it makes sense. Like you take a futuristic Pokemon. We were just talking about digital forms in this other rumor right here. And I guess I have seen concepts where like there was a Porygon, like a flesh and blood Porygon that died off, and then modern science decided to recreate this Pokemon digitally. Therefore, we get the digital Porygon. I've also seen the origami one floating around. They're really cool designs, but I don't know, like there's other Pokemon that I think I would want. Yeah, similar to what we're gonna be talking about next, a wooden Voltorb. Key writes, non-anachronistic Pokemon forms can be great, like a wooden Voltorb. I like this one. It wouldn't be wooden, it'd be an apricorn, right? If the original Pokeball is based on an apricorn, why would the original Voltorb not be based on an apricorn? It also makes more sense. This Pokemon would have evolved either from or to look like an apricorn Pokeball. And then as technology evolved and Voltorb no longer had its camouflage, the Voltorb that were red and white, the ones that looked like a Pokeball, survived. There you got natural selection, yada, yada, yada. Right now, regional forms come mainly from the two first generations and 5th generation. Keep that in mind. The first generation, whose many designs are horrible and forgettable, check. And second gens, whose many designs are pretty great, but sadly also forgettable. Other generations have great candidates and are possible too. The best candidates for new evolutions are non-native post-game species and second generation species like Girafarig, Scyther, a new Scizor, Baltoy, and Sudowoodo. A new Scizor? What? It seems hard to understand for the fandom that any already shown final stage Pokemon will not have regional forms. Spheal and Celio appear in every single trailer and key art, but not Walrein. This can mean nothing, but it's pretty suspicious, and that is suspicious. That's sick. I would love a new Walrein. But yeah, give me like an ice fire type or like an ice ground, or give me an ice dragon. Give me an ice dragon walrus. That's sick. Oh yeah, I want that so bad. Okay, the Climbing Mountain Pokemon leak. Since it was from an early stage of development, it can be a scrapped idea. I have no idea what the heck is supposed to be that Pokemon. Believe me, I researched every egg group and body type section to see if anything matches. The best candidates are a new regional evolution form of Bisharp, Nuzleaf. Also, for people saying maybe it's just a trainer climbing gear. In those leaks, the player is shown colored while the mount Pokemon remains a silhouette. So the player is inside the box in the back of the Pokemon. It can be a Gallade, but the silhouette looks like the balloony Gallade pants. They also didn't say Sneasel or Weavile. I think that's totally an option. Okay, now we have the nefarious yellow Pokemon leak. This can be anything from an already existing Pokemon attacking others to a completely new Pokemon or regional evolution. It's obviously beaming with some kind of yellow energy or escaping from a Pokeball, since it seems to have the infamous triangle eyes from the first and second gen. My bet is that it is a new form or regional evolution for Farfetch'd, Scyther, or Mankey. I love that they're thinking about Scyther. I would love that so much. Scyther got its evolution in Johto. How cool would it be if Scyther got a branched evolution in Sinnoh? That would, like, it turns blue. This Pokemon really does look like Surfetch'd. Continuing to some more Pokemon speculation, the ominous Wurmple third new yellow horn is a change in the regular design with a red one. Contrary to popular belief, the models in Pokemon Legends Arceus are probably new ones, since some Pokemon whose mouths were just painted over the models now have a sculpted mouth. So maybe it's just how Wurmple look from now. Either way, we haven't seen Dustox yet in any trailer or key art, while Beautifly is prominently featured even in the Arceus TCG promo card. This, combined with the Dustox looking bow Clara uses in Swish, makes a pretty suspicious coincidence. It will be a regular Wurmple, not a regional one though. All the Wurmples in the trailers are yellow horned, with the one depicted in the key art is red horned. Yeah, this was actually totally new to me. If you look at this, look at the bottom, right here. Wurmple has a yellow horn in the front and it's got its big top horn that's red. In the next photo, it's got a yellow horn in the front and a yellow horn in the back. How cool is that? This reminds me of Arbok back in the day with all the sprites. Every single generation, I think every single region that Arbok appeared in, it would have a different like face pattern, a different chest pattern. Clara from Sword and Shield from the DLC, she has that pink and white bow that looks just like the Dustox. We thought we were gonna get a Galarian Dustox. Maybe they took the concept, they didn't roll with it because they didn't finish it yet, and they said, let's reuse this in another region, and now Galarian Dustox is actually going to be and end up forever being Hisuian Dustox. Clara hasn't appeared anywhere in the region. I do think it's interesting to think about. Galarian forms have proven that any Pokemon from any generation have a chance, have the potential to getting new forms. Game Freak are not Gen 1ers anymore. Everyone's getting the love. Maybe we're gonna get a new Scyther form. I'm super excited. Question of the day, do you think this is a new regional Wurmple? Do you think we're ever gonna see a regional Dustox or Beautifly? You guys are the best. We just passed 1,000 subscribers and are now on the road to 2,000. Thank you so much for watching and good luck hunting.